Hey guys, it's Davey. Welcome to another YouTube video. For today's video, we're going to be freezing random things in honey jelly, but we're not eating it. If you've seen my videos, you know I make a ton of frozen honey content and frozen syrup content. I buy a ton of syrup. I also accidentally buy expired syrup, which I had no idea it expires because you know it's sugar. It shouldn't be able to expire, but it expired. Anyways, let's freeze them. For the first honey jelly, we're going to make that we are not eating because it's expired, and we're putting objects that we shouldn't be eating. For the first honey jelly, I'm gonna be adding some Orbeez. We will be freezing Orbeez. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen. Let's fill it up with syrup and some Orbeez. Sorry about that. My cameraman was making weird faces and I was trying not to laugh. Shouldn't these have like something covering them up? Can we just spit in it? Anyways. By the way, these are Orbeez that are already expanded, but I do have some here that are dry that we are gonna fill up a bottle with them. This one we will freeze upside down. We'll move on to the next one. And for the next one, we will do another Orbeez one. But like I said earlier, I'm curious to see if maybe these will expand in corn syrup because, you know, they usually expand with water, but corn syrup is just sugar, I know. But maybe it'll expand into sugar Orbeez. Shake it up because it's getting stuck all over the bottle. Let's satisfy our curiosity and see what actually happens. Now for our next one, we're gonna be freezing some hot Cheeto macaroni. To be honest, I've never tried this before. I don't know if it's good. Just curious to see what would happen. I really thought they were gonna be red. We'll just add the seasoning on there to make them red. Has anybody actually tried these? Are they good? I would like to know. Leave a comment. I'm curious, but I'm too scared to try them. It smells like elote with like mayo and cheese. It's like a Mexican snack. I think that should be enough because they're probably gonna get stuck, and then we'll add a little bit more syrup. And now we'll just freeze it upside down like the other ones. Now we'll move on to our next random thing we're gonna be freezing. I'm freezing some bells because I'm just curious to see if they'll still jingle once they're frozen inside the syrup. Freeze it upside down. We'll come back to that tomorrow and see if they still jingle. And for the next one, I got some blue kinetic sand. Not gonna lie, it is pretty satisfying. This is basically an art project. Now I have some metal beads in here. So we're basically gonna make a magnetic one. I've always wanted to try this one because, you know, I play with magnets all the time. This will probably be a bit interesting because I'll be using a magnet to see if I can move it. We will add the syrup and then we will freeze that. Okay, now I went out to buy some alphabet beads. Let's try and see if I can spell my name inside the bottle so that when we squeeze it out, I squeeze out my name, you know, Davey. I realize that's gonna be impossible because this has to move around upside down. So we're just gonna see what random letter comes out. Let's see if we can even spell a word when we're squeezing it out, and we'll freeze it upside down. Does that look like enough? So for our next bottle, we will be adding this giant glitter stuff or shredded mylar. Whatever that is, I've never heard of it. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Hopefully this one works because it was very messy. Put it upside down and let the freezing process work its magic. Okay, this is our second to last googly eyes. I feel like it would just look funny when you're squeezing out of the bottle and you see googly eyes. Hopefully they do not go up to the surface. Moving on to our last one, beads. Rainbow pony beads. These just scream out 90s, 2000. And that is it. And we still have some more corn syrup left over, so I don't know, we might make a future video. Here they are, all upside down, and we are going to be freezing them overnight and see what happens inside the bottle. Okay, it's now the next day, and here is the bottle of Orbeez. And by the looks of it, they froze solid. That looks like ice. Let's try and see if we can pour it out. It's frozen solid, so maybe it'll melt if I just leave it there for a little bit. We'll move on to our next one. I decided to just bring all of them here because I feel like they're just gonna be really hard to squeeze out. So this way, if they are like frozen solid, they'll just melt, but we have to move pretty quick so that they don't melt entirely. Here is the one with letters. All the letters ended up in the bottom. I mean, there's some letters right there in the cap. It says a what. It didn't spell out a word, but you know, look at that. It looks just like water. We'll just keep squeezing it until the letters come out. That looks pretty cool. Let's see if we managed to spell something out. I don't see anything. Do you guys see anything? I don't think we spelled anything out. Did you see that bubble? That was cool. It's like a frozen slime. Here is the Jingle Bells. You can't hear it. Let's try and see if we can even squeeze these bells out of the syrup. Am I not strong enough? There we go, it's coming out. There's probably like syrup inside the bells, so it's not making any noise. Or maybe they don't make noise because I don't believe in Santa anymore. You what? We'll let it cool off and then maybe they'll just come out easier. Now let's move on to the dry Orbeez. They didn't expand. It kind of looks like they shrunk. The ones that are not in syrup look bigger than the ones that are in syrup. So they shrunk, maybe? Whoa, that scared me. We'll just add it to our bowl of slime. We're gonna call this one a fail because they did not expand and they did not turn into hydrated Orbeez. Now we'll move on and we'll do the kinetic sand. I don't think it's gonna come out of the bottle, or maybe it is. Maybe it is gonna come out of the bottle. Oh yeah, can you see that? Look at the sand. That looks kind of cool. Let's add it to our slime mixture. For some reason, I guess kinetic sand doesn't freeze solid. Let's move on to the glitter one. Oh yeah, this one's coming out pretty nicely. Did not freeze solid because, you know, the glitter was just paper, I guess. Oh yeah, that looks like it's gonna make a mess. That's weird. Look at that. Look at the way it just comes out of the bottle. It's like dry, but it's like frozen, if that makes sense. It like sprinkles. You see that? We'll just add that to the frozen slime. We'll just move on to the next one. Let's do the metallic clears. I got my powerful magnet that you probably seen me use on my TikToks and YouTube shorts. Whoa, I almost hit myself in the face. Let's see if the magnet can pull the... Oh no, that's not what's supposed to happen. This is gonna be a little harder than I thought. I can feel it trying to pull the, oh, okay. I'm not even squeezing it anymore, it's just pulling itself. That's pretty cool. That's all we're gonna add because these are really hard to separate because this magnet is just super powerful. Now let's do this really nasty looking one, the Hot Cheetos one. The powder at the bottom of the bottle did not freeze. I know I should have mixed it, but I didn't want to mix it because I just wanted to see what would happen. I thought it was gonna be a little hard, but no, it's not that hard. You can see the pasta, the uncooked pasta is coming out. And there is some of the flavor coming out. Just adding it to our slime here. There's a lot of air bubbles. You see that? Oh, wow, that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna put any more because it just smells like cheese and that's pretty gross. This is our next one, the googly eyes. Since the googly eyes have some air pockets in them, they all floated up to the top. A lot of air bubbles. Oh yeah, I was taking too long because these, they're starting to melt. But it's okay. We only have like one left. Oh, okay, there's a few in there. Let's squeeze it upside down to get some of the googly eyes out. Anyways, we'll just add it to our slime. We only got a little bit of googly eyes because they just didn't come out of the bottle. And for our last one, the beads. There we go. This one's actually coming out pretty okay. Oh, they're getting stuck. Maybe it's not as easy as I thought it would be. I should have used a bigger container, but I think I just didn't add enough syrup. Let's go back to our Jingle Bells and Orbeez. It did manage to melt a little bit. They look like they're frozen solid, but they're not. They're still bouncy. Now let's add the last of the Jingle Bells, now that they are no longer frozen. And that's all we're able to squeeze out. It looks like someone just puked a bunch of arts and crafts stuff. We got a second spoon, and let's just mix it all together to see how it looks. Here we go, we got a good spoon. We got a real strong spoon. Look at this slime we just made. So it creates this whole slime consistency, but once it melts, it just turns back into syrup. I really want to touch it, but I know my hands are gonna get like really sticky. I hope you enjoyed this whole freezing random things and turning it into a slime. If you made it to the end of this video, comment happy feet. Comment happy feet, and if I see you write happy feet, it means you actually made it to the end of the video. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notifications if you like to watch my videos. My name is Davey, you're all awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.